Hello, Sam from Toolhead here today. Today we have another Chrysler. Yes, another Chrysler. This one's a 2013 Jeep Grand Cherokee. The shop has put a new PCM in it. This one's a little different than the last one I did. This one has a push button start. So stand by if you want to know what the difference is. Hello, Sam from Toolhead here today. Toolhead specializes in diagnostics equipment for the automotive professional. We do some DIY stuff, but very little. We also are one of the few companies that actually test our product, figure out what we like about it, and then market it to that group. We do a lot of programming in the field for repair shops, and we do a lot of diagnostics in the field for repair shops and body shops. So today, we got our 2013 Jeep Grand Cherokee that's got this push button on the dash. The way you can tell the difference is the Chrysler has two different styles of push button starts, and the best way to tell which style you have is based on the key that you have. If the key looks like it'll fit in a slot, like another Chrysler product, then more than likely the button pulls off. I am using a pocket knife to pull this off. I've done quite a few of these. You could use a trim tool or a screwdriver. Just be careful. So what you do is you just kind of pop this button out of here. Sometimes it needs a little bit of encouragement. And this one's been in here a little while. You stick the key in. Now this is the error we get. This tells us right away that this is a blank PCM. So you got the press clutch pedal and push start button. It doesn't have a clutch. Once again, we're going to use our Autech. The Grand Cherokee. Key is on. Here's my VIN number. I'm going to need that in a minute, so we're going to take a picture of it first, read PIN code. Sorry for the blurriness. And there's our PIN. Okay, now we've got our PIN number Got our new PCM in. Let's get our YTech 2 fired up here. And we'll go through the process of programming this PCM. So the first thing you're going to notice is it comes up and it doesn't recognize the VIN just because there's no VIN in it. It's a blank PCM from the dealer. So we're going to type in the VIN here. I don't type this fast. I sped it up for you. And it should decipher the vehicle or determine what kind of vehicle you got here. You gotta have all kinds of codes. We don't even really care how many codes it's got, as long as it communicates. You'll see that the PCM has a lightning bolt, which indicates it needs a flash. We're just going to go through the process of doing the flash on it here. And I've stated this before. They want a description of why I put the PCM in. I don't really think it's any of their business. So I pay them. They're not paying me. Do what you want with that box. That's just my take on it. You'll need to log in to your Tech Authority account here. So yes, you need a YTech 2 subscription and a Tech Authority subscription to do this vehicle. You can do it J2534. Someday I'll do one of the newer ones, J2534, and put a video up for you. Just not comfortable with it for a lot of reasons. So it's going to program the PCM here. Going to put the latest calibration in it. Notice that it's only one stop. We don't need to go back and put the latest calibration in it. It's automatically what it puts in it. I've sped this up as well. It's nowhere near this fast, but it's pretty fast. Notice our battery voltage in the upper right hand corner. I got my maintainer on it. So here it's going to have you turn the key on, off, and then on again. Sometimes you lose connection with the cloud when you do that. Don't worry about it. It'll come right back. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to check the codes. We're not going to do nothing with them here. I'd like to know what kind of codes I've got, if they're active and if they're stored, so I know what I need to do here. The stored ones typically happen during programming. The active ones are something that may need to be addressed. So I'm really not going to do anything with them. It's more for information here. It says there's no VIN in the PCM, or there's a VIN mismatch, which I knew that. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the WCM here. We're going to type in that PIN number we got with our AUTEC. We're going to run a function under miscellaneous function called PCM replaced. Because remember, that's what we did. We replaced the PCM. Yes, I hid the PIN number for security reasons. Don't want somebody to steal this Jeep. It'd be my fault somehow. It'll run through a couple of steps here. It authenticates the PIN and transfers the VIN to the PCM, and then it transfers the secret key. That's the key that the PCM and the WCM know, and they can talk to each other. That's the "you're my friend" PIN, I guess you could call it. So we're going to go back to the PCM here. I could have done this first. This is just the way I do things. You're going to go down to Learn ETC. It's going to have you push the accelerator to the floor and then release the accelerator for a learn process here. So just follow the directions on the screen. Pretty self-explanatory. and then it'll tell you that it passed. If it passed, hopefully it passes, because if it doesn't, you got more work to do. Not necessarily me, because I didn't diagnose it, but alright, so now we're going to go back and look at our DTCs again. A couple of those that were active should have turned to stored. It looks like they did. We still got one active code with the VIN, so we'll address that here in a second. Notice I still didn't clear the codes. Just kind of information. I'd like to know what I'm working with here. I'm gonna get back on here. So one of the things with it being a push button start, you have to go into the PEM, or the passive entry module, and you have to run a function called PEM replaced. This is going to need the pin number again. This is what's going to make the push button start. I wanted to put this in here because I got burned by one of these really bad. It was programmed by another shop, and I was there to diagnose it, and I had no idea why the push button wouldn't work, but the key would. So that is the function you need to run after you put a PCM, a PEM, a WIN module, just about anything. Alright, so now I'm going to go back. Let's see who turned from active to stored. Let's just clear the codes this time. We've done the stops that I think are necessary. So we still have our original VIN missing or mismatch in our WCM. So there's a couple ways to handle this. I just turned the key off and it went away. Let it set for a minute or two. There is a transmission control module update. We're going to go ahead and do that as well. Because when you're doing the PCM, you always want to make sure the rest of the drive line is up to the same calibration so you don't have a conflict. And I just sped this up for it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. We just chose to program it. There's nothing we need to do, no special functions we need to do after this is done. On this particular vehicle. I'm going to rescan the vehicle, and we'll have some codes back in a couple of modules maybe. So we're just going to go and clear them. Hopefully our WCM code went away here. Sometimes just powering down the vehicle will get rid of that code. Sometimes you have to do a restore vehicle configuration. Yeah, there we go, no codes. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see some more programming or diagnostics video. Hit the bell if you want to be notified. You can always visit our website at toolhutusa.com. That's TOOLHUT USA.com. Have a great day.